I feel like I've missed you guys. We didn't meet on Friday or Thursday because of my birthday, which was so incredible. Brian did such a good job of making me feel so special. But I'm excited to dive back in and like back into a routine because I got out of one for the last couple of days, but I really needed it. I really needed some time to kind of clear my head after month end. I needed some time to rest. I don't know if you guys heard, but literally yesterday I slept from 8 p.m. to 10 a.m. Like that's how tired I was. Like my whole body was just like shut down. And it's so funny because it's been a long time since I've kind of like pushed for promotions. And even though we didn't necessarily promote last month, we did get our ranks back, both Brian and I's ranks back and his mom's, which was so incredible. We've been pushing for that for a very long time. But I still stayed like, that would probably be the 1 month that I would be like, okay, like we're back, we're good. Like I'm going to go to sleep. Everybody else, good luck. But we had 2 other girls promoting to diamond. And one girl, it went all the way until the very end. And I was up until like 2 a.m. But you know what? I was excited about it. Like I was finally like, it doesn't even matter. Like it doesn't even matter how tired I am right now. Hi, honey. Oh, she's a little grumpy. She's telling the dogs to go. But it was just so fun because I got to feel that again of like other people getting their promotions and how much that like my yellow came out, right? Like how much it meant to me for them to see them work so hard and get something. Yeah. Are you going to put him to sleep? You going to put your bunny to sleep? She brought out her music player and she's been rocking her bunny to sleep. Okay. So can you take this, baby? Okay. So I am going to read from actually May 1st, even though it's May 3rd, I'm going to read this one because I really like it. Okay, come here. You have to be quiet, okay? Mama's going to read. Okay. It's called Fear the Storm. And this is from the Self-Reliant Entrepreneur. Lovely weather so far. I don't know how long it will last, but I'm not afraid of storms, for I'm learning how to sail my ship. That was Louisa May Alcott, 1868. Have you guys heard this song? It's literally I know you've heard it. It's my favorite song right now. Peace Be Still. Peace Be Still it's not by Lauren Daigle, but she sings it in one of her, I can't remember who it's by, but anyways, this song is talking about not fearing the storm. And I've been having that, like playing it on replay, like constantly. It's like the song that I listen to when I wake up, and it just puts me in the right headspace. So if I start to feel anxiety or if I start to feel like I'm out of control, that song for some reason in this season has just really helped me with coming back to reality. And it's talking about not fearing the storm. The Belonging Co. It's somebody else. They do sing it with the Belonging Co. and Lauren Daigle sing it together. But it's by somebody else, and I can't remember who it is right now. I'll have to find out for you guys. Okay, I'm going to read the rest of this. Turns out that astrophobia is an abnormal fear of thunder and lightning. Many entrepreneurs suffer from something akin to this, known more commonly as resistance. Some might call this a form of fear, of failure, of success, of being frowned upon by your parents, of being laughed at, of being told by your friends that you're not good enough, of neglecting your family, and the list goes on. Resistance is a mighty force. It's the thing that stops you from jumping at an opportunity, sitting down and writing your book, opening up and consuming the countless courses you've bought. It's the fear of storms, real and imagined. But here's the thing. If you are afraid, if you don't at times feel like a fake, then you might not be on the right path. A total lack of fear in your undertaking will show up as indifference. And then who really cares what you're creating? Use fear as a clear signal that you're on the right path, but kick the resistance it creates right in the teeth. If you don't, you'll cheat not only yourself, but the entire world of your gift. What do you fear and where could it lead? So I particularly love this one, especially since it was on the 1st of the month. And I might read one more out of there just to kind of catch us up. But what I loved about this one is it's Hope Darst. Lisette, that's who sings it. That's who sings the song that I'm talking about. She's so good. But why I loved this one, Fear the Storm, on May 1st is because I feel like May 1st is when, or not May 1st, but like the first of the month is when we always make our really big, scary, fearful goals, right? And then all of a sudden, like the 5th of the month comes and we're like, yeah, no, it's okay. Like, it's fine. Like, I made this goal and I'm just going to like not, it's fine. Like, it's too big, right? Because we're so full of hope and we're so full of excitement and we're so full of, you're going to do this, you're going to get it done. And then that fear creeps in over the next couple of days because maybe something happens where you're not able to stick onto your schedule that you created for yourself, or maybe you're not able to sign as many people as you thought you were in the first couple of days, or maybe you started this 10 haps a day challenge and absolutely nothing is happening like me. Or maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I'm holding on to hope though, because she was like, it took her 30 full days, 30 days of doing this. And then she signed 100 LCs. So you bet your butt I'm doing it. Okay. But it's so funny because I think a lot of the times we allow this fear to creep in, even with the 10 haps thing. You guys, last night I needed one more person to post for me at 10:30 p.m. And I'm not going to lie, I was full of fear. Like I was literally full of fear. Like, oh, do you know how many people on my team are counting on me to post this picture and show them that I am doing this for them? And what if I cannot get this 10th person? Like, it was like this fear instead of me being like, I'll get it in 10 minutes. I got this. Like, I can get one more person to post for me. You know what I mean? It's all this mindset. It's just this mindset that we have that we need to be like positive about. We need to shift this negative and this fear, and we need to shove that fear down. And you don't even have to shove it down. You could use that fear, right? You could use that fear, because I was like, I am not turning off this light. I am turning on a show really fast because I am not going to sleep until I get this last host post up. And I did it in 16 minutes. Okay. Because I know that because my show was 16 minutes in and I was like, yes. And then I turned it off and it was done. And it was exciting because it was something that I didn't have to, I had to shift that mindset in those 15, 16 minutes. I had to shift that mindset of I'm going to get it done. No matter what it takes, I'm going to get it done. And it wasn't a negotiation. It wasn't like oh shoot, well, if I don't, then what? It's like, no, you're going to, like, you just have to decide and do it. And I really think, what you doing? And I really think that is exactly why I got that last one up, is because I just decided that I was going to do it. And so I think a lot of us can use our fear that we have with our big goals and even our small goals, use that fear to fuel the fire instead of making it consume you. And also find something that works for you. Like for me, it's that song. It's that song by Hope Dark. That's Shelby. Can you say hi? That's Shelby and Charlie. Shelby. Mm-hmm. So yes, you guys are so stinking cute. What was I gonna say? Shoot. Oh, that song for me. It puts me back into a reality. It puts me back into the reality that I'm not in control of the situation. It puts me back into a reality that I need to lean on him. And that this isn't something that I can take on by myself, and having the anxiety and the fear and the all the things of feeling overwhelmed. It calms me and it shows me that I'm not in control. None of this is in my control. So why in the world am I freaking out? Why in the world am I having these anxiety attacks and things like that? And I've told you guys before, like, this pregnancy has been like rough, to say the least. Okay. But not necessarily as rough as like physically, but like mentally and emotionally, this pregnancy has been really rough. I've literally battled the last couple of weeks, and I don't know if anybody's ever battled this, but I've literally felt, you're going to fall, sweetheart. Don't do that, please. Okay, you can sit, but you're going to fall, and there's concrete down there. So be careful, please. I've literally felt, for the first time in my life, I've literally felt like useless. Okay. Now hear me out. Don't like start feeling bad for me or anything. It's that I'm so tired constantly and I can't even do the things that I would normally do, obviously because I'm pregnant. Okay. And again, I don't know if this is resonating with anybody else, but for somebody who is always go, go, go all the time, can do anything, can multitask it all, and feeling like I can't even like explain the loyal customer program to people because my brain is so fried, because like it literally is jumbled, like pregnancy brain to the max. Okay. I was trying to explain something to one of my distributors yesterday, and Brian was like kind of chuckling, and I was sitting over there like all I pictured was like fire coming out of my ears, because I was like, no, I mean this, and then I couldn't even get my words out. It's kind of like how Huntley, she's like learning all of these things right now, and when she says something wrong, it's the cutest thing. She'll say something and be like, no, I meant this. Like, that's not what I meant, you know? And that's how I felt. I was like, I can't even speak. Like, how am I supposed to train new distributors, and how am I supposed to like keep this up and help everybody if my brain doesn't even work? And so I had like a day where I just had a little bit of self-pity of just like, what in the world is happening? I've got to get this under control. One thing that I noticed that I had stopped doing without noticing, because we ran out, was taking my Confianza every single day. So taking my Confianza has helped so much. And I don't know if I'm not supposed to take like 4 of those a day while pregnant, but just don't tell anybody, because it's happening. Like, I cannot think at all. And so it's been helping me a lot, and drinking my coffee. And yesterday when I was having my little freak out, I had not had my coffee yet as well. So it's like, it's so funny how much you realize that our products are helping what like your issues that you have, and you didn't even realize that you had them because you're just so used to taking them. Okay, let's see. Let me read the devotional, and I'll come back to that book if we want to catch up on it real quick. I left my books out in the rain on accident, you guys. They got all, it's okay. It still works. I can still read them. Okay, this one's called Idols, Idols Everywhere. The man answered, you must love the Lord you must love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, all your strength, and all your mind, and love your neighbor as yourself. Right, Jesus told him, do this and you will live. Luke 10:27-28. Idols, idols everywhere. When Jeff and I lived in New York City, our pastor was the well-known apologist Tim Keller. He rarely used props on stage, so my attention was captured one Sunday when he casually leaned on a barista-style table as he taught. Tim's sermon that day was on, you guys, I can't even read. Tim's sermon that day was on idolatry, and he rested his weight against the table for a long time. We don't tend to view idols these days as a current issue. They seem like a problem from thousands of years ago, when people sacrificed bulls at the feet of shiny statues. There are no shiny statues in my home, and I'm guessing there are none in yours. But we do have idols today, and it is one of the main reasons for the stress and worry in our lives. Idols are anything we rely on, lean on for support, other than God. Those things will never support us well. And that is why idolatry, I might be saying that wrong, is a recipe for anxiety and pain. As Tim illustrated his sermon that day, he said something like this: if this table breaks or gets yanked out from under me, I'll fall on the floor. That's how you can know that you've made something an idol. If it were to disappear, you'd feel insecure, worried, or even unable to function. Ladies, it is so easy to rely on things other than God. Okay, yeah, you're watching Go. It is so easy to rely on things other than God without realizing it. For example, we may not think of ourselves as materialistic, and yet how many of us have made money an idol? Me. That's speaking right to me. I know that I feel a lot more secure when I have a buffer in the bank account, and I feel panicky and insecure when that buffer isn't there. Yet I need to trust God's ability and goodness to provide, not in the money in my account. We need to ask ourselves, what is it that would leave me feeling pretty bad if it were to go away? Is it my kids' prowess in sports? Is it my status as a rising star at work? Is my home appearance, volunteer work, technology, shopping, food, drink, age, money, or my position as a girlfriend, wife, or friend affecting my mood and ultimate feeling or balance? We have to depend on God with our entire heart, soul, strength, and mind. He's the only one who can hold us up. Nothing earthly, no matter how easy it is to lean on, can do the job. Stop and take an honest assessment of the top 3 things that you lean on. Those things that if they were to suddenly go away would make you feel bad about yourself, worried, or stressed. Work, social media, children's activities, personal appearance. How can you start putting these things into proper balance as blessings from God rather than something to be leaned on instead of Him? Whew, that was a gut punch for me today. I feel like when we get into promotion mode or momentum mode, your business kind of becomes like 100% your focus. Like to the point where it's just until we get the promotion. It's just until that number in our bank account comes through. It's just until this. It's just until this. Sweetheart, you are making me so nervous back there. Can you just sit down for a second? No, she says. Okay. But I think at the same time, it's very important to have a balance in things. And this is something that I'm really glad that was our devotional for today, because it's something that I already asked Brian when I come in. I was like, when I come in from my Wake Up with Rochelle, can you have that Ed Milet video on how he splits up his days? So Ed, if you guys were not on the Rachel Hollis training the other day, Ed Milet was on it. And if you do not listen to Ed Milet or follow him, I'll put his name in the chats. Go download his, or what's it called? Podcast. Go follow his podcast or whatever you do to podcasts. You know what I'm saying? Like, go like it or whatever you do. Subscribe. I don't even know. But I asked him, because Ed Milet was talking on Rachel Hollis's training the other day, and he was talking about how he splits his one day into 3 days. Okay, into 6 hours. Basically what he was talking about, which I loved, was how, you know how successful people will like take a look at their year, right? They'll be like, okay, so I had a really good year this whole year. Now what can I do to make this year better? And then he said even more successful people will look at it by month. And they'll be like, okay, my business, like, this is what I did this month. This is what I did compared to last month. Like, we're doing great. This is good. And then he said, there's people that do it by week. And then he said, there's people that do it by day. And then he's like, but why only have 24 hours in a day? Like, if I only have 24 hours, I'm going to make myself the most productive. And he does, like, his days are 3 sets of 6 hours. And then the other 6 hours is him sleeping, which is absolutely nuts to me as a prego mama. I can't even explain how 6 hours would not work for anybody's health, especially other people's health. Okay. Like, that would not work for me to sleep for only 6 hours. However, the whole point of this was that he is highly effective and he is highly motivated. Yes. You're showing them that you're watching. Go. Okay. Sit down. Lisette's waving at you. You say hi. She's right here. She's waving, but you can't see her. Here. So I asked him to put it on. I was like, the second that I come in, can you put that on? So I'm really excited to go in there and watch it. I've really been trying to set myself up for success. Like, normally I would walk right in, go take a shower, and get ready for the day, listen to my worship music, and then get ready to put things on the team page that I need to do. Like, I have like this little thing that I've been doing that's been working really well for me. However, the first thing that I'm missing is that self-development, is the learning part. Like the actual music that I'm listening to and, like, you know, getting myself in the right headspace, I can do that all day long. But the actual learning about things, learning new things by doing self-development has been pushed to the wayside, because I'm like in this little routine that's been working for me. However, I can't get to ambassador without learning. You can't get to diamond without learning more, right? What Amber Parker was saying, make sure you're going to school. Make sure you're going to school and actually learning. And one of the things too, that when I'm having a rough day or when I'm having a hard time, I asked myself, Rochelle, what do you ask your team when they come to you and say that they're having a hard day and a hard time? The first thing that I ask them is, what are you doing for self-development? Okay, Rochelle, what are you doing for self-development? Now, I may be listening to a book, or I may be, you know, like right now, I've been listening to a lot of spiritual books, and that's been helping me a lot, but I'm not learning about how to be more income producing. I'm growing in my faith, which is good, but we also always need to be learning. And so I think that was something that I have really, it's been placed on my heart that like I need to be making sure that I'm constantly learning as well. And for these, like I get fired up if I'm learning things and I can share them with you guys. But if I'm not learning new things, then it's hard for me to like wake up and be all excited to like get on here and talk to you guys because I've got nothing to talk about, right? We constantly have to be learning and excited about what we're learning. So I'm excited to go watch that. I'm excited. Ooh, the sun is coming in. I'm excited to learn more about that because if I can make 6 hours, and I didn't even tell you guys this, I told the Diamonds and Above last night, that if I can take 6 hours a day and make them highly productive, okay, just 6 hours out of my day and just make those highly productive, then I have more time with my family, more time in the pool, okay, more time for me to work out and learn or to do the things that I need to do. Because the reality is, especially in quarantine, and drop a 1 if y'all feel me, but especially in quarantine, it's like we wake up and then all of a sudden it's 9 p.m. Like what happened to our day? Like, I don't know if you guys are having the same issue, but I'm like, the days are like, and I'm like, what? Like I felt like I was getting a good groove. Like I thought I was doing a bunch of stuff and all of a sudden Huntley's in bed and like, what? I missed it all, sweetheart. Don't play with that. Don't play with that. Thank you. So anyways, here's the thing. Paulina's like, that's a big one. Yes. Here's the thing. We can allow the quarantine to like take over our life, okay? And like make us all scattered and crazy if we don't have our coffee and confianza, or we can take control of it. And I think that's where I'm at right now is I'm like, I'm tired of feeling like this. I'm tired of feeling scattered. I'm tired of feeling like I don't have anything to give. And a lot of that is emotional. You guys, a lot of that for me right now is straight up hormones going crazy galore, okay? But at the same time, I need to recognize that, and I don't have to feel that way. Just because my hormones are doing that to me doesn't mean that I have to give in to those. And that's hard. That's a hard battle because it's the easiest thing in the world to be like, you know what? I'm making a baby. So like, bye. I'm just going to go lay down. You know what I mean? Like, it's really easy. It's really easy to just be like, screw it all. I'm making a baby. Bye. Like and some days that just has to happen. But a lot of the times that is not who I want to be. That is not who I want to show others that I am. And so at the end of the day, I've got to understand, sorry, this sun is like right in your guys' face. I've got to make a decision, and I've got to decide that I'm going to do something different about it. So I don't know if that's any of you guys today. I don't know if you're out of your routines. I don't know I know that there's a lot of mamas that have kids at home that are like, they're going to bed at 10. Like, this is not working for me. Like, it's like summer. They're going to bed so late and I can't get anything done. Get yourself into a routine. And it's so funny because I am the least person ever that would tell you to get into a routine. My Lord, I do not live by routines. In fact, it stresses me out. However, in this time, I don't think that there's anything that we can do other than get into some sort of routine. And that might change. The second that they open up some restaurants, you guys, it's changing for me. Okay. I'm going to be in every restaurant every day of every meal. Okay. Because I think that's like the number one thing that I miss. And that is so wrong. That is so wrong. I should miss church. I should miss family. Like, I'm just like, give me some restaurants open, please. Like yesterday. Oh my gosh. Katie Main says, nope. 6:30 p.m. is bed, non-negotiable. I love that. We actually started getting Huntley ready for bed earlier too. So she's in bed like 6:45, 7, and she's been sleeping longer since she's been going to bed earlier. So that's kind of weird, but I think she needed like more time. So we're working on things like that. But I just really think that for me, implementing some sort of schedule and making sure that we're still learning and prioritizing those things, because as a leader, And I know a lot of you can relate to this. As a leader, it's really hard for us to not just like, oh, well, I have so many messages on my phone right now. I can't take the time to listen to this Ed Milet thing because I've got to respond to everybody. When in reality, you should not be responding to anybody until you have completed your own steps. You have completed your own self-development for the day, because it's just going to downward spiral you, and it's going to be 9 p.m. before you realize that you haven't done anything with your day or gotten dressed. And that's just my reality. I don't know if you guys can relate to that, but that's just my reality of like, I'm like, no, I have to take control. I have to take control of this. Up. So anyways, that's my 2 cents for the day. Are you hungry? Huntley Num Nums, is that what you said? Yeah. Okay, go ask Daddy for some food. So I'm gonna leave you guys with this today, but just make some conscious decisions. Pick 3 things today that you can do better than you've been doing. And like Rachel Hollis said, like, oh, you okay? Bonk. Don't try to do all 7 that you need to do, right? Like pick 3, pick a couple that you can do right now. Don't pick all the things that you need to do, because when you start to do all the things, then you end up right back where you started, feeling overwhelmed and in bed with your covers over your head, because you're like, how in the world am I going to do all of these things that I need to do? Yes, I can say the prayer of Jabez for all of us, of course. And just make sure. Oh, she said 1. She said 1 thing. I'm trying to do 3, guys. I'm trying to do 3. Okay, but mine is like showering. Okay, one of them is showering, and that's like most people's like non-negotiables. So that's one of my ones. Okay. No, but seriously, I'm like sweating. It's like 80 degrees at 9:30. Not that I'm complaining, but yes. Yeah, you got an owie. I know. So anyways, yes, I'll pray the prayer of Jabez over us. Lord, I pray that you would watch over us all, keep us all safe from harm and danger. And I pray that you would expand all of our territories today, Lord. I pray that you would help us to be looking for the blessings that you can bless upon us. Shh, mommy's praying. Go like this. Pray. You know how to pray. I pray that you would bless us all, Lord, and that we would see the blessings that you are. Sorry guys, she's hungry. That you would see all of we would see all of the blessings that you have for us, Lord. Please just give me a sec. Give me just 1 sec. I want to finish this prayer. Hold on. Sorry, Brian went back to sleep. I don't know where he's at. So y'all got the gist of that prayer. So sorry. But say your own prayer of Jabez as well. If you guys don't know what I'm coming, sweetheart. If you guys don't know what the prayer of Jabez is, please look it up. Say it yourself. Ask God to bless you. Ask him to keep you safe from harm and danger, and ask him to expand your territory, expand your network, expand, and ask him also for you to receive it. Because a lot of the time, sweetheart, enough. Give me 1 second, Huntley. Okay, it's going to be one of those days. Nope, I'm going to walk in and I'm going to watch Ed Milet. Okay, I love you guys all so much. I'll talk to you later. I'll see you tomorrow.